Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast here on the Mike the Ref Twitch channel for a lovely November 9th, 2022. I am getting my days so confused here all over the place here. And I can see that my lovely fans at this lovely company that made OBS really, they said they were going to have that fixed. Sorry, one sec. There we go, all fixed. You're supposed to have a proper zoom on the, whoa!
But I'm better than you. And you know it!
Andre, 25 months. I didn't even realize I was streaming 25 months. Thank you. Appreciate it, sir. And to answer your text message from me, oh yeah, I was probably doing it longer. I just never got the affiliate forever because I didn't stream enough to start off, but by God, 25 months. Thank you. Seriously. To answer your question, I know you sent me a text chat here. I'll answer the other question here that came up earlier as well. Roger Rabbit, I picked up NBA 2K23 and NHL 2K23 and FIFA 2023. My pocketbook just said no to PGA 23 for right now. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I am considering getting it. I really look forward to what I see out of it, so I'm thinking maybe, but right now it's pretty status quo for what we got. We got Bayonetta 3 we're going on Mondays, and we got this on Wednesdays, and probably looking at the month of November, until the World Cup's done, we're probably going to be playing a lot of FIFA on here, just to keep up the theme of all the footy that's going to be going on here, so that's probably what we're going to be scheduling for the most part, except I have one special condition. And Pokemon coming out of the 18th. I ain't touching Pokemon with a 25-foot pole. Because, Pokemon is not exactly my favorite here. I'm not about the... One thing I've actually not been into is people talk about how you have to plan how to beat people up. I just want to beat people up. Isn't that easy? Come on, oh God, here we go. Audrey's already starting, so let me get this out of the way first here before we get going here. Just a reminder, next Wednesday, we're going to be having a 12-hour charity stream with the proceeds going towards jack.org. They are a group that works on anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies, teaching youth and young adults to pick up on the signs, the symptoms, and everything when it comes to depression, when it comes to anxiety, when it comes to all that stuff that you don't need in a young person's life. They go out and they educate. They try and teach people not only how to cope with the situation, but also ways that you can help prevent when you see some of this stuff starting to come up. So it's a really good organization, and we're going to be playing games for 10 of the 12 hours at least. The 2 hours for AEW Dynamite, we are going to switch over to the Sidecast, just so we can enjoy that. Enjoy the good wrestling that we're going to get next week. Watch AEW magically change their day to another day tonight, just for saying it. Which means it'll be 12 hours of games, period. If you want to be a part of the show, or if you want, if you have a particular game that you're interested in seeing, let me know, and we will, I'll see if I can endeavor to get it. I do have quite a few games sitting around here. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing here tonight, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see everybody here tonight. As usual, this is going to be one of those slam bang episodes of AEW Dynamite tonight. Main event's going to be probably, I would guess, Sammy Guevara versus Brian Danielson, 2 out of 3 falls. That has been advertised as one of their bigger matches, so I'm assuming they've only got 4 matches listed right now as advertised. They got the 2. Whoa, wait a second, hold on here.
But I'm better than you.
25 months, 10 months. What do you guys do? Zodiac, thank you. I truly do appreciate the support. You guys do have no idea. I am so thankful for all of you. And we even got within a hair of a hype train, which, never happens here. So just want to say thank you to all of you for your support. Zodiac, you've been here pretty much since I started doing this, and you're one of the guys that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this now, because, well, you guys mentioned that you wanted to hang out and watch AEW together, so I said, why not? Why not do a stream since we won't do it on the Remember the Game? Adam's got too many other things to do, so I picked up the mantle and took it, and you guys have been sticking around, which I truly do appreciate, so make this a priority every Wednesday. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I try to make it as entertaining as possible. It's best way I can say it. I try to make it as entertaining as I can for you guys. And just like Stream Elements just popped up here, if you end up with 2 subs between November 3rd and this Friday at 10 a.m., Twitch is giving away a 3-month trial pass to PC Game Pass for all new users. If you're an existing user or use Game Pass Ultimate, you don't qualify. But PC Game Pass, for anybody that hasn't tried Xbox Game Pass and wants to, it's more than worth it. So just bringing that up as well here. For anybody that's asking, yes, we are going to do a watch along, a sidecast of Full Gear coming up next Saturday. That is going to be, we'll be having that here, hanging out 4 hours of straight wrestling, no commercials, which will be a little bit different. You'll have to forgive me because I probably will be eating during it because, the amount of time that we get in between there, but no, other than that, we do have some AEW news that just came out this week, and legit good AEW news. Well, sort of. It's a good thing that turns into a bad thing, turns into a good thing. Anyway, let me just get into it here for you guys. Fightful.com, which is, well, let's face it, if you want to talk about a news site when it comes to wrestling that isn't affiliated with a promotion, they're the number one source. Well, they put out a report earlier this week stating that the new AEW Fight Forever game would be available on Xbox Game Pass, which, sent everybody over the moon about it. Absolutely fantastic news if it were true. Now, the AEW Games Twitter account, which is, I know it's Twitter, got to be careful on who's doing what there. But the AEW Twitter account has stated that it will not be on Game Pass, but we will be getting details of the game coming up next Saturday at Full Gear. So hopefully we're going to get a release date at that point as we're getting into the main show right now. So let's sync this up for you guys and girls. Thank you to everybody here for joining in. And Pyro. So also learn Worcester, Massachusetts today. So you know that they don't, like I mentioned before, they only have 4 matches listed. Oh, we're getting Paige and Kingston right off the bat here. And then, yeah, we're going to finally get this face-to-face with Saraya and Britt Baker. Maybe Renee won't be there to Oh, Tony's going to be there. Yeah, I kind of figured this would be the main event here. Guevara, Danielson. And then this four-way match, like, I love how Keith Lee has gone on Twitter and he's like, what the hell did I do to deserve this? Oh, I thought they said they were doing... Okay. All right, let me get the prediction up for you guys. And I will throw 10 minutes on the clock. And feel free to throw in whatever you feel like. But it's interesting to see here that we're going to get this... with Mia Yim going back to WWE or Lee's Days number, I don't think so, Zodiac, to be honest. I feel that they're two different things completely. I think Keith's feelings about what happened during the pandemic and how he was and wasn't taken care of, and the Bearcat Lee thing with Vince might not be the exact thing that he wants to go back to. Like, you know what? If that's all it is for him, that he's going back to WWE and they're just rounding out his contract, which could be a while. Like, from what I remember, the majority of the contracts that were signed, according to Tony Khan, were 3-year contracts. So you still got to have like 2 years left. Not that Tony would probably not say go if you want to go, but here's my thinking on it that makes it a lot easier. I think that Mia Yim going to WWE is more of an indication about the women's division AEW more than it is about Keith Lee moving back to WWE. Because if that women's division AEW had any sort of footing, any sort of development, any sort of real... Well, right now we got 2 storylines going on. So, uh-oh. Even Cash is like, yeah, that's not bad. Billy Gunn's like, no, I want in right now. They're actually going to kick him out right now. Oh, well, that's an easy way to get him out of here. I do appreciate the fact that they're actually getting Daddy Ass out of here. Because I thought these chants would die down a little bit more for him. And for everybody that's popping in late, welcome. Good to see everybody here tonight. Darthwick, how the hell you doing tonight? Good to see you as well. It's been just peachy. That's great. As long as you're not prune, we're good. Hey, Astrid, I thought you were on Turnbuckle Talk tonight. Thought that started the same time as this did. But always great to see you. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely... Oh, Raw. Okay, it's for Raw next week. Okay, that's cool. And folks, I'm going to do this right now while we got a second here. Do me a favor, because you guys are great. Hey, Dr. Wario, how you doing here? Unfortunately, I don't have an automatic button set up for this, but do me a favor, everyone, and go follow Astrid. She just hit affiliate status, and we really want to get her going here. They host a review show for Impact Wrestling every Thursday night after the show. Herself and Cody Defoe here do a fantastic job on it, and really want to help her out here and get her going here. It is simulcast on our Backbreaker video channel every Monday, but she's got a lot of stuff on there. Billy Stark's interview just came out this week. We got a ladies wrestling showcase they do. Oh, and okay, so we got Beretta and Lethal tonight. That's cool. Oh, and I love how Cash just before he tags out, he makes sure that he throws Strickland into his corner. Well, Swerve doing a little bit of difference here, and all of a sudden Lee's just hoping for an Omega and Young Bucks return. I got a feeling that's a Full Gear thing going on. That to me makes the most sense for a Full Gear return, where they get an opportunity at the 6-person championships. Yeah. Caster's not exactly a small man, but nice back body drop. Oh, here we go. Looks like the Acclaim started a little early on the little fist bumps here. And Keith just literally carries Caster out of that corner. That's hilarious. This is like taking out Andre the Giant with these guys. Hey guys, what's with the face-off? We're working well together. What's going on here? All right, we just hit our first picture-in-picture here, so while we got a second here. Oh, wait, whoa, what?
I'm better than you.
Holy crap. McGee!
And you know.
Everybody's filing in here today. We got... Thank you. I don't know what else to say. 8 months. Like, you could almost have a kid in that time. Like, seriously. It's going well, McGee. Like, things are going crazy. Like, wrestling's going crazy. Hopefully we can get some details about AEW Fight Forever coming up this Saturday. Oh, what the hell? Ah, Morrissey out at ringside. What in the hell? Morrissey showed up like out of nowhere here. Well, I do appreciate the fact we're getting another Jamie Hayter match later on here. Just watching the little preview points there. And just a reminder, just under a minute to get your predictions in on this matchup here. You can bet some channel points. You can play some audio clips. You can tell me to put somebody over that you really want me to. Or you can tell me to bury somebody. Either way, I don't mind. And there goes the video. And there it comes back. I love picture-in-picture sometimes. And there it goes again. So here's a question for you, chat. What do you think about this picture-in-picture deal? I know that some people have actually said that they prefer the commercial break and just come back and watch. I can't see why anybody wouldn't want to see this. This is an original thing that's come up. They've taken what they typically do in NASCAR and the World Cup. As long as it works, like, because I hate missing stuff, fair enough. And Austria, if both screens were the same size, I wouldn't mind it. I know the reason why they do the alternate size on it. It's because the sponsors pay for 2/3 of the screen for those. Jesus! I love Dax's Germans. Because Dax's Germans, he actually goes up and back. Dr. Worry, it bothers me. I feel like I have a squint sometimes. Yeah, like, I'm lucky. I'm watching Dynamite on a 55-inch TV. And I'm about 10 feet away. I know it's a little unhealthy, but hell, these glasses are so thick, I really don't care at this point. Dr. Worry, I prefer picture-in-picture. I see most people actually enjoy the fact picture-in-picture. I wanted to see if... Like, some people say they like that break. And my feeling is, if you really want that break while the picture's on, you can hear the commercial. Get up and go do something. It is really amazing here to see how much Bowens and Caster have improved over the last year. More so, in my opinion, more so Bowens than Caster. Like, Caster's been a good wrestler for a long time. And Bowens with that injury. Oh, look out. They used the big rig. There is no way that they were going to let him win on a big rig. Could you imagine? Keith sitting on the floor there just, yeah, I don't know if I want to really get up right now. All right, what's going on with the damn video? It's like Keith Lee really doesn't want to get involved in this because he knows he's going to manhandle whoever he takes. Colton and Cash going over the top weird. Oh, and here's that scenario. Yep. You got the champions and the challengers isolated now, so... Okay, that sucked. That sucked. Oh, God. Keith's got that look of, I really don't want to be here right now. Sure, let's go take out everybody while we need to pin somebody in the ring. By the way, is anybody else getting some audio and video issues coming up on their screen while they're watching here? Because I know that the TSN feed's blinking in and out here. Is Dax serious? Really? Don't have any AV issues on your end? Oh. No, that's just Aubrey with a really good makeup job tonight, I believe. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked. It looked like it was Aubrey there. Yeah, that's Aubrey. It just looks like she hasn't had any tanner on her face. Yeah, no, my picture's going all squirrely here. Oh, God. Yep, this is a symbol right here. This whole motion right here. The fact that he did the road dog move and it went right into the sharpshooter. If you guys didn't hear earlier today, I'm having audio issues as well, Necro Eric. It's kicking in and out. And there's the real big rig. And there's the victory. All right, let me get these points out. Hey, Mel, how you doing here tonight? Good to see you here. We're doing well. We just got through the first match on Dynamite. So if Mercedes or the Elite show up tonight, that gentleman in the third row is going to eat a hat. So does the promo count? Does the Elite promo count? All right, well, we're getting into some interview stuff here where the audio's just turning into crap right now, so. How's the show? Show's good. It should count? I think so. Hopefully they fixed it now. All right, so it's so funny with MJF, the reason that he's such a good heel. Like right now he's talking about how doctors are advising him if he wants to be 110%, he shouldn't be wrestling at all. I'll tell you this right now. If you're not getting into any contest, you're definitely going to be in the position where you want to not work at all, and you will be at 110%. Could you imagine if they let Jon Moxley win that match over MJF at Full Gear when everybody expects the other way to happen? It would... That would be the ultimate story scratch, like record scratch, I think is the best way to call it. You know, just when you go, all right. Yeah, MJF just gets it. That's the best way to explain it. There's some people in this wrestling business that they got a couple tools here and there. MJF just has all those tools. What a twist. The sadistic, masochistic Jon Moxley hired the firm away from MJF. Goes full heel. That would be a storyline. I don't think Moxley would volunteer to be a part of that kind of storyline, but that's the thing. Like, if Jon Moxley hired the firm and turned heel like that, that's exactly why I don't think he would do it, Darth Mick. When you talk about WWE money, I don't think Moxley wants to have anything to do with anything associated with WWE at this point. Whether it be that kind of match, whether it be that kind of promo, whether it be that kind of storyline. I just don't see him doing any of that, to be frank. The Bret Hart Stone Cold feelings, yeah. Honestly, like, that's actually a pretty good comparison there, Mick G. You really do get Stone Cold feelings out of MJF here right now. Could you almost say the yuppie MJF? I would actually think that might be somewhat apropos here, or the millennial Stone Cold. But the thing about them is, sorry, let me get it on mute so we don't get any commercials on the Aussie stream outside of the ones that Twitch puts in. When you're talking about a guy like MJF here, like, when he talks about being a generational talent, it's just, he is that millennial Stone Cold. I think we all can agree on that once you look at him here and see what he's doing. If he can keep this trajectory the way he is. And let's remember, folks, that Stone Cold did not have a perfect record in WWE either when it came to their storylines. May I bring into point what many people consider the best WrestleMania in all history. They did a heel turn in Houston, Texas in the main event with Stone Cold that lasted maybe 6 months. That everybody admits was a mistake. The only thing I liked about it was the new theme song he got. Granted, the old one's great. I just like listening to the new one too. Let's just get that out there right now. Just because I don't want any confusion about that whatsoever here. But yeah, it's been just watching what MJ does, the mannerisms, the storyline, way everything's played out, the way that he talks, the way that he presents himself, the way that he acts. It almost makes you believe the character more than a lot of people. A lot of people will portray a character, but they won't actually make you believe that they are that character. Like, think about Heath Ledger and the Joker in The Dark Knight. The fact that he actually sequestered himself there for a good 10 weeks to make him look like the character, make him feel like the character. So when he came out, everybody on set said he was the character. It's a whole different level of method acting that I think everybody can appreciate. So, all I know is this match coming up next Saturday is going to be absolutely insane between those two. We're actually, like, they haven't really given us a whole lot when it comes to the card compared to normal. Like, let's face it, on an AEW pay-per-view card, you usually have 11, 12 matches here. Right now, I think we're up to possibly 4 or 5. Like Jerome Young as New Jack, he became the character. Yeah, absolutely. I'll go with that too. Oh. So they're not even holding back on these promos for it. Really? Now I'm starting to believe in Ethan Page a little bit more here, but I don't want to influence the predictions too much here. Let me throw this one out here. Yeah, I hate to break it to people like Excalibur and whatnot and everything that's gone on here. When you hire somebody to do a job, they are using you. Whoa, we just had a 389 bomb on Eddie Kingston here. Now we're up to 120 for pay. You guys are really going at it here tonight. I appreciate this. I do want to work on getting some more rewards points put in there. So, Mad King gets mad bets. All right. Yeah, they're really shoehorning this tournament together here. They got one match tonight, then 3 matches on Rampage on Friday. They're really trying to stack up Rampage a lot more now so that people get a lot more interested in it. I love Eddie, but they're pushing Eddie is on the edge. This could push him right over. Yeah. Wow. Does Ortiz have a manager's license? Well, he sure doesn't have a tag license right now because Santana doesn't want to deal with him. So I would assume that'd be the case. Well, Morrissey showed up last match and he was in the corner for a bit. Dang, I forgot all about... I didn't forget about Thanksgiving, but I didn't forget about the fact that they're actually going to have a show on Thanksgiving Eve. That's why, with all the changes to WWE, I would almost think they'd try to go to the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, right? But then, of course, you got an AEW show. Of course you're not going to do that. So just as a side note, there will be no stream. If there is a stream, it'll be late on American Thanksgiving. But I do believe the Bills are playing the late game that day, so If that's the case, sorry, no, we're not going to have that. Unless the Bills are getting blown out, which, depending on their quarterback situation, might happen. We'll see here. But anyway, back to wrestling here. Like, there's some very interesting matchups in this first round of the tournament. I know one in particular that it sucks because it's a case. A lot of these first round matches are the case of who you want to win versus who you think's going to win. And to me, that's Lance Archer and Ricky Starks. They're going to be on Friday on their matchup. And I got to look up those other three matches because I... All right, so we got... Oh, okay. We got Brian Cage and Dante Martin going at it in one side. They're going to pick on the winner of Lance Archer and Ricky Starks. That semifinal is going to be on Wednesday. Holy crap. AEW just announced that they're heading over to the UK in 2023. So, looks like they're finally following suit of WWE. So, breaking news, thanks to Sean Ross Sapp once again. The winner of this match is going to be taking on the winner of Bandito and Roosh. Which I would like to see Bandito win that match just to get him a little credibility now that he's signed. Because honestly, I could see a guy like Bandito. I could see a guy like in that case, you look at both of them, Bandito and Roosh. Either one of them you want to see get a little more credibility here as they move along. And then, of course, Lance Archer, Ricky Starks. Got a feeling Ricky's going to win that, but Archer, I'd like to see Archer get a few W's. But it almost feels like Kingston and Archer are just there to be there right now. Like they need to be built back up. Like we'll see at the end of this match. Like you guys are throwing in a ton of points either way here right now. It's basically a 2/3, 1/3 right now in favor of Kingston. And I personally think it's going to go the other way, but in many ways, I do hope that I'm wrong. I really do hope that I would love to see Kingston move on in this tournament. So we've listed the 8 names that are going to be going on in this Eliminator. Chat, who do you think's going to come out of that? Out of those 8 people? Like the finals are going to be at Full Gear next Saturday. The semifinals are going to be Wednesday on Dynamite. Ethan Page, time for the push. Like, I think there's a reason why Ethan Page's match is on Dynamite and the others are on Rampage. Ethan Page versus Starks, that'd be a match I'd want to see. It's almost like, could you see Eddie Kingston versus Brian Cage? No. Eddie Kingston versus Archer. The Fur wins big that night. You know, this could set up that storyline. Like Stokely just did that promo, Welcome to Hell, right? Well, if Ethan Page wins it, then at Winter is Coming, it's going to be Ethan Page versus MJF if MJF wins. So the Wardlow Open Challenge is going to be next, and nice DDT. But I think I'm with a lot of you guys that Ethan Page deserved this push a long time ago. But I think it comes down to the fact that a lot of people get shoehorned into a certain position. And it's sort of a punishment for being as good as you are at something. Because let's face it, Ethan Page, him and Josh Alexander as the North, two absolutely fantastic wrestlers that just gel so well as a tag team. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's the for sure tap, so... Whoa, okay. Jericho is the bride for the Masked Singer. Nice. What you missed so far? The only match we've had so far is the 8-man tag, where FTR the Acclaimed defeated the Guns and Swerve in Our Glory. Couple promos, one from Stokely Hathaway and one from MJF. Other than that, oh my God. Is he actually going to try this? Ego's edge from the top. Watch your neck, Kingston. Actually got him down really well. Nice. Well, you know, if you're going to put over a guy like Page, you do a super move like that. Oh, Andre. I don't care how much I don't like a wrestler. I will never wish an injury upon anyone. That's just way too much bad juju, Andre, to be frankly honest. That, okay, I'll give you that. Oh, we're doing this again? Isn't this a second opportunity already for 10? It's the second opportunity. Okay, yeah, okay. It sucks that El Idolo is basically stuck at home at this point. And Joe's just sitting there like, if this was 1980, Joe'd be sitting there with a smoke in his hand. El Idolo got sent home a couple weeks ago after he had a little bit of a dust up in the locker room. Combine that with the comments that he made about, you know, wanting to get out of there as much as possible. Sometimes it's better just to, let a talent stew at home. Hell, that's pretty much what they could do that with CM Punk and just let him sit at home and pay him his money, tell him to sit home, don't do anything. And Punk realistically could not do anything about it. So, El Idolo, I think, is in that situation right now. We're not putting predictions up on this one. I'm sorry. I might not be able to type it out in time. I'd almost like to see him bring out, do the Shao Kahn sledgehammer on that. Just bring both hands up and boom, right that. And Idolo and Charlotte both off TV. Yeah, as much as, we can hum and haw about him being suspended or whatever, the fact that him and Charlotte get to vacation right now, I don't think he really cares. He's getting paid. She's getting paid. It's not like they're hard up for money. You tell me Charlotte couldn't even do a signing and she'd probably make up more than what we do in about 6 months. All right, I should have put a prediction up of how many power bombs we're going to get out of Wardlow. That would have been more of a fun prediction. I'll have to remember that for next time here. And there's 3. Roll through. 4. Why is Charlotte off TV? I heard originally it was... And there's your victory. Astrid fawning over Wardlow. That pretty much runs par for the course here. Why is Charlotte on TV? Off TV? I think it's more... There's been a lot of rumors why. I know part of it involves... I think it was something to do with a wedding as well as... She had some injuries going on. Well, she got an injury in the Rousey match. The I Quit match, she actually got legit hurt. Joe's got that look on his face like, the hell? Thank you, Joe. Choking Wardlow out. This is what we needed. I think this was just a nice reminder to Wardlow. Yeah, Wardlow, you got to remember, knew that was going to happen soon. Well, it just makes sense. The fact that Wardlow opens his mouth and says he wants every championship. Joe holds a championship. You want every championship? You just got it. You got another one. He's still going down the face entrance. All right, so now we're coming up to a face-to-face between Baker and Saraya, which was supposed to happen last week. Now, could we get a triple threat match for 2 titles? 2 falls, 2 titles. Oh, no. They were just showing the commercial for it, so I don't know if I'm that much ahead of you here. We're actually at a commercial break right now. Speaking of commercials, since we're almost halfway through the show, and a lot of you haven't seen it yet, I do need to throw this out here. Just so you guys know, next Wednesday, I'm actually going to be hosting a 12-hour stream for jack.org. We are, and the timer automatically comes up at the same time. Perfect. We're going to be raising funds towards jack.org, who are helping out with suicide prevention in youth and young adults. And they do that by going to schools, youth groups, and colleges, and basically go around and teach people how to cope with situations where they think somebody might be suicidal. They might think that people might be depressed. And with that, they try and give them the things to help them out with it, rather than trying to react to it after things have happened. Jack.org tries to go out and deal with things before they happen. And it just runs in perfectly with my mantra, be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. They want to be the solution before that, so it works out perfectly. So we are still going to have AEW Dynamite on the Wednesday. It's still going to be lined up perfectly for it. I'm already trying to figure out what I want to plan out for this. I'll be honest, I haven't figured out any games I want to do yet. But we are going to be still doing the Sidecast on Wednesday. That's not gonna affect anything except give my hands a little bit of a break, because we're gonna be doing that. So, The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Is that on NES? Is that on the NES collection online? If it was, I might actually consider it for you, Darth Mick. I do have Shaq Fu. I have Shaq Fu 2. I don't have Shaq Fu 1. So, hell, we might even throw that on there. So, I never heard of that one, Darth Mick, but I'll throw out some tweets. You guys can throw out some mentions there later on, and we'll sort it out that way. Whoa. All right, so we got another match booked. This is good. Mario is missing. I would not mind playing that, to be perfectly honest. I used to play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego as a kid. Mario is missing is not that much different. So that's where I'll settle that argument out about why I'm such a proponent of that game isn't that bad. But yeah, so for you guys that weren't around last week, they're just explaining it right now, but Britt basically said that this sit-down was on Saraya's territory, sorry, because it's on, it was on with Renee instead of Tony, so. On a side note, I hate high pants. Hey, you know what? If they fit and they're comfortable, I don't care what you wear. I used to love wearing the World's Carpet San Diego as well. Like, if you guys wanna bust Adam's gears, which, you know, is more of a hobby to a lot of us here, why don't you just ask him to play wearing the World's Carpet San Diego? He would appreciate Mario is missing a lot more then. So the biggest speculation here for this interview is the actual condition of Saraya, whether she's fit to compete or not. Apparently reports came out saying that WWE did offer her matches late before her contract expired, and she just declined it because of how long it took to get cleared and her belief that there was no real difference in what her condition did. Ha! There we go. That's the news we need to hear. There we go. She's cleared and she's crying. Like, seriously. The fact that the crowd is so over about this. And Brit's tried not to cry too because she knows how much this means. Ha! Unfortunately, a few things don't add up here, Britt, but I see your point. I love how the crowd treats the word superstar as one of those insult words. Yeah, but I buy houses all the time. Okay, here we go. The jealousy angle. I'm It's because her house wouldn't let her work. Oh. Well, she got an appointment, I believe. It's probably going to be next Saturday. Hey, Manquo. How you doing, my friend? Watching a little Dynamite here tonight. All right, we're playing this card again. Whoa. Grilling and chilling. Got bored watching low. Hey, there's a great atmosphere here, so we enjoy being here as a group. She wrestled Nia Jax and then wrestled again? I love this. Yeah, it's true. Oh, oh, oh. Bring up the tape. Bring up the tape. Come on, I dare you. Full Gear. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Saraya Baker at Full Gear. Yeah, exactly. Like, I absolutely love that. The one thing that Saraya can do compared to all other wrestlers, I think, especially the female ones. Oh, no way. Now what are they going to call that? Because they used to call that the Rampage. They're going to have to come up with a new name for that. I'm just happy to see Saraya back in the ring. It's going to be more... When we watch that on next Saturday, the Saraya page, the fact that it took me 4 times to spit that out, that might not fit too well. But I am glad, like, now that we're sitting down and we're an hour into this, is a simple fact that we got. That was a pretty great speech. That's what I was getting to here. I really do enjoy the fact that they've only booked 4 matches officially tonight. Then they got some fillers here and there all over the place. How emotional she was. Yeah, like... Ha! All right, well, the one thing I like about Saraya is the fact that when... We'll get back to Saraya for a second, but I gotta go to Manquo here. Yeah, when it comes to I better get this prediction in here real quick. When it comes to Orange Cassidy and this stuff, I just watch and I'm like, okay, we'll go with it. All right. Predictions are up. Go ahead. If this gets ended or this match doesn't officially start, I'll just delete it. Not a big deal. You'll get your points back. But going back to Saraya there for a second. Saraya's got this emotional bond with the crowd. Forgive the little nose leakage there for a moment. Keeps Saraya's move. The Rampage adds clout to her and the women's division by proxy. I think it's also the fact that they don't want to bring up her past name from WWE. That's the problem. And also they have a show using Rampage, so you don't want to get the two confused. That's why I was thinking maybe they got to change it, but you never know. We'll see. We'll see next Saturday, which I'm really looking forward to now. They just upped this quite a bit. So yeah, when it comes to Saraya, her promos, like, it's sort of like what we talked about with MJF. She's been in this business long enough that she gets what people understand, right? And the one thing I do appreciate is the fact she's not going to hide behind who she is. And I think this last little bit, after getting injured, her drug addiction being announced after, all the craziness that went on. And then also having the tape leaked. Which I'm really surprised Xavier Woods didn't get punished more for that. Yeah, the situation with Del Rio too. Like, when it comes to everything that she's gone through and the fact that she owns it. And I think people appreciate that a lot more. And the fact that this might be the biggest redemption story in wrestling in the past 10 years. The biggest one. As much as we talk about injury stories and whatnot, I think this one here, just like her and Brian Danielson and Edge, like all three of them, serious injuries, were taken out, were out for a long time. The biggest difference you see here between the three, when Saraya was out, she had a lot more dumped on her. She was on. Whenever you're injured and you're not in the spotlight or you are in the spotlight for that matter, it's going to be taken a lot worse. And Astrid also nailed it right in the chat as well. Women get punished a lot more worse, unfortunately. It's the, basically the best way to explain it's the Triple H rule. On the curtain call, they couldn't pin it on Shaw. They couldn't pin it on the two guys that got fired. So Triple H gets the crap. Woods was getting a push. He was getting over with the crowd, so they couldn't punish him. Brad Maddox, well, he was pretty much gone anyway.
One more for the good guys.
Thank you for the follow there, Manquo. Appreciate it. I also think the first that happened to women while she was out too, so she missed out on being in wrestling at that time. Yeah, all those first, like the first Hell in a Cell match, the first main event at WrestleMania. I'll be honest, I think there would have been a lot of politics involved. And I don't know whether she would be involved in a lot of that as well either, though, right? Because she didn't get to be in the Rumble, even though she was there for the announcement. Yeah. And a lot of that stuff weighs on you. And The fact that she got the opportunity to be in that position, she gets the chance to be in that position now where she can make up for lost time in many different ways. Like, I honestly feel that she is that cog that if she can get the eyes on the women's roster here in AEW the way that nobody else on that roster can, because let's face it, nobody else on that roster right now outside of Athena, which wasn't for a... She didn't have the kind of run on the main roster that Saraya did. She won't get... You'll have the opportunity to get a lot more eyes on the product, especially the women's product, because of that, right? Oh, the lightweight Jackethausen. I might actually look into one of those, possibly. But I do... Sorry, getting on to this match here. I love the fact how Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor get the opportunity to get so much more just simply based on... I remember a year ago from where we are right now, we were all talking about we had to have... Orange Cassidy was going to be a great manager going forward. He wasn't going to be that much of a wrestler, just sitting on the sides, enjoying everything going on. And it was a great gimmick to be a just a manager. Boy, did we get fooled there. Granted, I do understand that there is 8,000 titles in AEW. But at the same time, having a title is important. I don't care how many titles you have in your organization. Somebody's willing to give you a championship. It's definitely worth it, right? All right, going up to the top here. Thank God that was a release. And Lethal had enough to go over like that on that lariat? Oh, it's going to be a big curse. Oh, right in the... Right in the yab bag, just as the side said. Oh, and here we go. That is a nice setup. That was an amazing setup there. I haven't seen him do that. I haven't seen Lethal do that. That little flatliner there, or that inverted flatliner. Maybe it's just I haven't watched enough ROH, but oh, this should be great. Sanjay just got... I'm surprised he's not an octave higher. So is Jeff seriously part of this faction? I do love the fact that they got his Impact music. Because Tony Khan loaded up a boatload of money. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, they wouldn't sign him to his second one, so he ended up having to go to Ring of Honor. Yes, because I don't really understand what IQs mean. Could be out of 1,000. Whoa! Shots fired at Braun. I love it. Yep. He's already wound up. Oh. And they're going to go out on that? JJ feels for it, yeah. Yeah, but JJ's always felt for us. That's the problem. Get back to the creative control part right away here. Okay, so we're going to get probably Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus in a... probably going to get them in a last man standing match. That's what I got to figure. That would be the case. Because they both laid each other flat once. So it just makes sense from that kind of booking for that. In terms of Jarrett having zero creative control... his role backstage now is working on expanding live events for AEW. So, like the announcement that Sean Ross Sapp made early in Dynamite tonight, where they announced that AEW is going to the UK in 2023. A lot of that is going to be as a result of what Jarrett's doing. Don't get me wrong, Tony Khan's got his connections out there, but Jarrett's got the experience of being in India as well as the UK. So using a guy like Jarrett for something like that, helping with the production of live events, because actually that was what Jarrett was involved with WWE before he left there, right? That was his role, that he was supposed to be a part of live event production. So having a guy like that in that role, if he's got to end up wrestling like hell, we knew we were going to get a Sting Jarrett matchup somehow here, and it looks like maybe we'll blow through this and we'll move on. So, because you notice Sting hasn't been around for a while because he probably just wanted a breaks. Regal walking through the audience with Mox is funny for some reason. It's like, it's almost like take your dad to school day. Rather than taking your kid to work day, it's sort of like take your dad to school day. Okay. If you've seen his son on NXT yesterday, you definitely know it runs in the family, the amount of attacking style that Regal has. They sound so casual when they're talking about body parts being removed off bodies. Okay. Yeah, because everybody wants to make him a face and he's a heel. Ha! He does have the talk. Yeah. You really shouldn't call yourself the devil when Regal's around. I love this. I don't know if that's a bigger insult there, calling Newark, New Jersey his hometown. See, the one thing I like about AEW way more than WWE, and you could tell that the booking in WWE has changed a little bit, but not enough that it really changes my thoughts on it. Oh, hold on. Elite promo. Well, they're showing the gears. This pretty well confirms they're going to be there, so. No words this time, just photos. Okay. But they're showing so many gears, it's pretty damn obvious they're going to show up at full gear. Whether they get the shot at the titles or not, we don't know for sure yet, but hell, they got another 8, 6, 7, 8 matches to still book yet, so. Young Bucks changed their header to the watch at the beginning. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That's why I trust Astrid so much here in the chat. She's the one that looks up this stuff. Me, I go with what I see here. I'm not the digger. I'm not the explorer on all this, but private investigator, public investigator, not just private. So Magua asked earlier, how could Jarrett be on TV twice and already taking a shot at a guy at WWE? Jarrett's going to shoot on Jarrett's going to shoot. Whatever he thinks is going to get him press, he's going to put over. However, Braun Strowman is a very easy target right now, and honestly, I like the fact that they went after Strowman and not Omos. Because Omos is playing up the big giant role, right? If you want to compare yourself to a guy like Omos, you're not really setting the bar real high. Compare yourself to Strowman, who has gone out there and done stuff and made a lot of interesting tidbits here on social medias here the last few days. That to me sets up really well. So, not that I believe for an instant that Satnam should be put in the same light as Braun Strowman, but at least, if you're going to shoot, at least make your shot worthwhile, right? I think that's one of the better things to happen there. Braun gonna Braun, yeah, like, I am really surprised that Triple H hasn't sat him down and said, look, just shut up. Because he's trying to, like, they talk about controlling your narrative. Well, with all due respect, sometimes you need your narrative controlled. And I think Braun's one of those that needs it. Because he just doesn't have the right timing. Oh, he'll kind of get it in no time. Yeah, like I expect it to happen rather. I expect a response from this probably out within the hour. All right, so I'm going to get the women's match predictions up here for you guys right now. And I'm actually getting them on the right colors here. I will throw it up for 10 minutes, but I will shut it off as soon as the match is done. what I was saying here earlier, the reason that I like AEW promos versus WWE and what they do, WWE has this way of having to have X number of matches in order for you to understand why this feud needs to happen. With AEW, you could do it in 2 or 3 promos. And the fact that you got guys that are able to talk, willing to talk, and are given the license to talk. That the last one's probably the most important one there. If they're all lined up in that direction, that they're allowed to actually express themselves. And actually, let me throw some weird fact in here that, you know, Astrid, you probably have figured this out already, but let's think about this. At Full Gear, we got 3 women's matches on the card. At least. Because we got the women's title match between Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter. We got the TNT match between Jade and Nyla. And then we got the third one with Saraya and Britt. We could get a fourth. Gotta hate Tony Storm's music. You know what? It's 70s rock. Or 80s rock. I was a big Heart fan, so that's what I think of when I hear that, right? Oh. Wait. Come on. We're gonna fight forever here. All right, nothing there. Yeah, the AEW Women's Championship, it's going to be Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter at the pay-per-view. So that's the third match that we're talking about here. So man, you want to talk about the future of AEW being somewhat secure here? Sky Blue and Dante Martin. Like, that, I got a feeling in a way that could be very much the future Britt Baker, Adam Cole here. Oh, and here comes picture in picture. I think legit Hayter got injured there on the on that little spot on the outside here a little bit. It is interesting to see how they are. You can almost feel that they put this match on fast forward here right now. Even in the picture-in-picture, they're going for a lot more covers than expected. The cheating by Baker there was a lot quicker than... you know how you usually like to let a move hit? Let it breathe for a second, then get the cheating in? Hayter got right out of the way, and Baker got right on Sky there, so... But it's good to see that Sky Blue is getting an opportunity here on Dynamite to get out in the ring, right? Like, I know she's had a few matches on Rampage, but it's nice to see some other people get some opportunities that have earned it. Like, apparently her matches on Dark are actually really, really smooth and really worth watching. Once again, like I've said, I just don't have enough hours in the day to watch Dark Elevation, Rampage, and Dynamite. Along with the pay-per-views, along with any other promotion that I want to watch. At least the ref's watching this time so that Sky doesn't get completely trounced. Still got 5 minutes left of the predictions, and it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. It's almost 50-50 here. All right, we're just coming back for the picture-in-picture here. Just taking over the socials that if Sky Blue wins, do you make it a triple threat? Oh! Could you imagine they do that and then turn it into just a random triple threat? Because then if... Oh, reversal. Oh, look out. Oh, and a nice Gargano kick there. Sorry, I call it a Gargano kick just because Johnny does that so perfectly. No way. Where she's not following up, of course. All right, that was a good old-fashioned right hand. I'll tell you this right now. This Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter match, I am really looking forward to. There's a receipt for you. This is going to be interesting for them. They got to get this 2 out of 3 falls match in, and by the time they clean this up, there could be only like 20 minutes left. And good night. Damn. I want Hayter to win, then Britt turn on her. I don't think it'll be an immediate turn, but I think it'll be like come back on Wednesday. We'll see a turn here. Just because you have that Saraya Britt match that's probably going to go before it, right? But yeah, my personal prediction, I do believe that Hayter will win the championship, and I think we'll go through some predictions later on, and maybe do that a little bit next week before we get into the pay-per-view. Hell, maybe we even do it on the pre-show for the pre-show on the 19th. All All right, well, this is how you push Archer a little bit. All right. Well, it's how you push Archer a little bit, but I'd like to see a little bit of composition there about what that's supposed to be all about. Let's just throw this out here. All right, let me get this prediction up for you guys because it's a 4A prediction now because it is 2-0. Two to 1. Sorry, guys. I do need to work on getting a keyboard so I don't have to lean over like this the whole time. All right, final prediction of the night. I will give you guys 15 minutes on this one. And there are 4 options on there for you. It is a 2 out of 3 falls match, so you'd be fine if these two are never on TV again, Danielson and Guevara. Personally, when it comes to Guevara, if he would stop being such a shithead all the time, I wouldn't mind it. But when everybody starts picking fights with you, after a few of these, you got to figure out, it very well could be you. I do appreciate the Dragon side. I hope they don't put it out for too long. It's one thing I've always hated about fan sides. Trade Sammy for Brittany Griner. There's a list for you. I want Danielson to have the belt. He's being wasted away. Sure, he's happy though. Well, I could see Danielson getting it eventually. I think they want to establish a few. I could almost see Danielson being the guy taking it off MJF eventually. Like realistically, I like to see what they're going to do with Wardlow now too. Because I know people were long-term booking. They obviously thought that Wardlow would be the person to pick in that situation there to take it off MJF if he wins it on next Saturday. I will say this. This is going to be a quick match. Quick as in speed quick. But I know this is one of those facts that I always bring up here, but it's actually really cute, the fact that Sammy Guevara was one of the first ever subscribes on our YouTube channel. It was when he was starting to do a follow for follow when he was just getting started, and he was working down in Texas. I would have dove all over her. So could we see Brie out here as the female enforcer for the Blackpool Combat Club? Ty as a dumpster fire, yeah. We actually got a DQ in AEW. Interesting. It's been a while. All right, feel free to get your predictions in. We're definitely not getting Guevara 2-0. So it's either Danielson 2-0, Danielson 2-1, or Guevara 2-1. Why is she Ty Mello and not Ty Conti? I do believe that Ty Mello is actually her real name. Ty Conti was the Fed name they gave her. It's better than calling her Tainara Mello Guevara. And instead of picture-in-picture, they screwed up and giving us full commercial here in Canada here. So, Taiji could be, should be a rapper type. See, here's the thing. When it comes to Ty, I think of it this way. Chelsea Green advertises herself as the hot mess. Well, she's the hot mess dialed up to about 12. Ty Mello to me is more like the hot mess if it's dialed up to about 7, 8. That medium hot thing on the... Even if people use stovetops anymore with dials, but I digress. Like, she could go borderline psycho sometimes, but at the same time. Oh, McGee, were you here for the 8-man tag during the match? They actually played a little bit of homage to that comment and what everybody thought about it. For those that didn't read it earlier, the Road Dogg actually came out on his own podcast, and this is the quote being taken out, so I haven't actually listened to it, so just... with a take it with about 6 pounds of salt here. But apparently on this podcast, BG James went out and said that he was actually a better wrestler than Bret Hart. Probably due to charisma, due to I think it was due to charisma, work rate, all that stuff. So during the 8-man tag, I think it was Austin Gunn was actually doing the flip-flop and fly that BG James does. Before he could get the last shot in, Dax, who was taking the shots, actually reversed it into a sharpshooter runaway. So you have all your fancy stuff. Bret will just out-wrestle you, period. I think that's the best way we can sum that up. And it's personally the way I think it's the smartest way of doing it. If you don't want to make a statement with your words, make a statement with your actions, right? So, for me, it worked absolutely personally, it just felt absolutely perfect there, so. Dax tweeted Bret Hart then tonight's card. I think he said like, Bret Hart is a fine wrestler and did just put up the AEW card. Like, how do you respond to something like that? Because I'll be perfectly honest when it comes to... Oh, Danielson's cut open. Right over the eye. But, like, how do you respond to something like that? Like, one thing I will say, Road Dogg was entertaining for a year. Then it was the same old, same old. Yeah, it was that year that he was with K-Quick, right? We're going to pull that at least once tonight. No, if you're not in the wrestling business as a performer and don't feel that you are the best, then you shouldn't be freaking doing it. the GTH. All right, we're 1-1. All right, so you still got 6 minutes to get your predictions in here. We got about 13 minutes left in the broadcast. And it is, you got 2 options left. 1-1, or sorry, 2-1 Guevara, 2-1 Danielson. So right now the money's heavy on Danielson 2-1. I don't know the last time I've seen Danielson win on TV, so outside of a qualifying part of a tournament. Oh, I stand corrected now that Taz said he thinks that Guevara might win this. All right, Sting and Darby Allin versus Lethal and Jarrett. We're starting to load up this card once again. I'm sort of happy that I'm actually going to be home and not at the bar for this one. You fucked up. You fucked up. I never worry about that stuff, you know, when you're working as hard as you can out there like that. If they would have tried doing it again, he would have failed again, then I would have laughed. Oh, they're going to he's putting the label lock on. This is so apropos. Yeah, it's all about how you react. Like, you never chastise anybody for failing. You should never, ever get on somebody's case for failing. It's how they react to the failure. I've always been the belief that, you know, people say you learn a lot more from losing than from winning. I'm like, I'd rather just learn enough to win. But at the same time, as long as if you lose and you learn something out of it. Whoa. Sammy bit the cut. Well, this is that 10-minute rest spot that they get, right? So, you guys would know better than me, so maybe you can help me out on this one. How does Sammy keep his hair like that? Like, I would love to get a chip head haircut like that. I usually cry, then run and hide. I'll admit, I've made my mistakes before and didn't take advantage of learning them. There's some pretty heavy-duty hair product in there. Are we actually getting... Oh, we're actually getting the picture-in-picture this time, so, you know. Gel and arrogance. Wait. Arrogance? Would that be the spray, like the Rick Martel spray from, like, WrestleMania 6 and 7? Because of the, I'm pretty sure that stuff expired by now. So I will say that probably was one of the, like a hair clay or pomade. I appreciate the fact that you guys are giving me very good hair tips right now. Because Lord knows I need them. Sammy's also expired. Oh, it's a double. I will say this, like, Sammy's got to be close to being on his last straw here with the company. Like, he hasn't done anything publicly over the top. Jesus. That was a pretty good drop kick. I may or may not have a lot of hair product. Huh. Ah, fair enough. And I do remember kidding around with you and talking with you as we were chatting. I think it was one of the first months that you were hanging out on my channel here. Your Twitter picture is of yourself, you said, right? Well, I looked at it. I'm like, oh, McGee looks just like Dallas Aikens, now the head coach of the Anaheim Ducks. Used to be the coach of the Edmonton Oilers here. And with the hair, just the way his hair is absolutely perfect every time. I'm like, there's no way that's the McGee. They're like, no, it is. I'm like, all right, my bad. Because trust me, you look at my Twitter profile and it's somebody scowling, so you know that's me. What is Ty doing? She's too busy cheering. Okay. Captain Ed Good Egg Kings have met me all and can confirm. Oh! Bryce is throwing Ty down and she's having a fit. So this still means Anna Jay's going to come out, right? Ooh, they opened that cut up pretty good. Yeah, Captain Ed is absolutely a great guy. Like, I'll say this right now. Captain Ed, like, we got the Jack.org campaign going on right now, right? Right now, he's donated more money than all the rest of us combined so far. So, and truth be known, he was originally thinking about joining us here at Backbreaker Gaming, but we just haven't really connected things together. And he's got his own YouTube page and everything now, so he's starting to get into the Twitch habit, which I'm really starting to enjoy. He just finished Illusion of Gaia. Oh, Danielson firing up here. Captain Ed and I tied one this weekend at my place. He really is. I'm happy for you guys. I do have some alcoholic beverages here, but I do try to limit my consumption lately these days. Oh, nice knee there. So did they book 5 matches for Friday? Holy crap. 4 different breweries in one day. Okay, that'll do it. Well, there goes your wrist, Sammy. Went for the shooting star, and Danielson was not there. Was not there to catch. Oh, Danielson's elbow. Did you see that, guys? Captain A, you're going to try and hit Edmonton next spring, summer? I got to do what I can to... Nice counter. It did a bell lock. 4 minutes to go. Yeah, I hope that you do get a chance to come down here, and hopefully it's one of those times where Adam's free. I love how Danielson said point blank he was going to make sure that he doesn't use the yes chance, and the fans just said, nope, we're going to do this. All right, that was weird. Poison Rana by Danielson? Canada is a good time, absolutely. No matter where you go, it's always a good time in Canada. Oh, and then the knee into the walls of Jericho. No, the Lion Tamer. There's a sign for you. I'd be turned around like, Guevara, are you really doing all my moves? Gotta wait till you get out of the military so I can get some good herb, yeah. It's funny, I've never tried that. This has actually been a very good match. Like, once they got past the first fall here. Wait, what? Holy crap! Sammy, what a freaking move there! Oh, this is going to be it. No, he's going to make him tap. One minute to go. Watch this. They'll go to time and the cameras will disappear. Rings of Saturn? That's it. He's out. That was a hell of a finish. I will say this was a hell of a match, and this is also one of the most frustrating reasons about Sammy Guevara for me. Like, his attitude sometimes is absolutely crappy, but he can pull out performances like this with a guy like Danielson. It wasn't a verbal submission. He pinched his cheek. Now they're going through the massive rundown of the card for Friday. But no, this match here, like, it sucks that we always have to see the Blackpool Combat Club bleed because they have this fascination about wanting to bleed all the time. Moxley's brought it up. Danielson's brought it up. The fact that they don't do it in... they never got a chance to do it in WWE the way they wanted to, and Tony Khan let them do it in AEW. Like, hey, they're tough guys. That's what... You know what my personal opinion about that is? If you're so damn tough, don't let them give you the opportunity to bleed. Make the other guy bleed. You don't need to bleed to be tough. Last time I checked, beating everybody else up and not beating yourself up was the best way to not get... to be considered a tough guy. Is to beat everybody else up, not beat yourself up. You don't make the... Oh, sorry, I forgot. We don't make the rules here, I guess. But like I said, when it comes to Guevara, great match here tonight. Just, it makes it so frustrating, the fact that you have such a pure talent like him, and just, he needs to clean up his attitude. if you can keep fighting covered in blood, it shows you can handle the pain and loss of blood, I suppose. Tough. It's sort of like going back to that adage of you learn from losing. I'm like, I would personally rather be in a position where I won every single time than have to learn from losing something. Like, to me, it's just simple logic. Oh, you keep winning, but you're never going to learn anything if you don't lose once. You know, bitch, I'm actually winning everything. Why do I need to lose? I don't need to learn to get better. I am the best. Show me how I'm not the best, then I'll worry about learning to get better. Eventually, it should bite you in the ass, but sometimes you're just that damn good. Just remember, go back to the 80s with the Oilers. They were that damn good for 2.5 years. And then Steve Smith decided to put the puck in his own net, and then they had to learn to get better. So, like you, McGee, yeah, you know what? Well, I'll give you a coin for that. I'll have to get the Mario coin out for that one time. But all in all, tonight, they're starting to build up Full Gear. This episode of Dynamite tonight, almost said Rampage. They set up quite a few matches here for the pay-per-view. Aaron Rodgers never learned how to lose, really, and look how it's worked out for him now. Exactly. Like, you see your real character when you start losing. And the problem is with Guevara, he was such a great talent that he never really lost a whole lot. So, I can see where that point's coming along as well. But like I said, we're getting a few matches set up for the pay-per-view. We got Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, which Lethal and Jarrett are actually turning out to be a pretty decent tag team. And then also, we have all these women's matches booked. The TNT Championship between Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill. We got Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter. We also have, just announced tonight, Saraya in her return match against Britt Baker, which is going to be... I think that match is going to be more emotional than it's going to be... It's going to be remembered for its emotion more than its action. I think that's the best way to put it. Because that crowd's going to go absolutely nuts once Paige gets in that ring. Sorry, Saraya. My bad. First time I've done that tonight. I'm actually proud of myself for that. It looks like we're getting Powerhouse Hobbs against Wardlow for the TNT, but it could also be Samoa Joe in there, but it could be a mixture of everything.